Let us start with a scene you might know a little too well. You have had a good night, the mood is right, you finally get to the part both of you were hoping for. And then, your breathing speeds up, your heart is pounding out of your chest, everything feels too intense, and before your brain can even think slow down, it is already over. You roll onto your back staring at the ceiling. She reaches for her phone, you reach for an excuse in your head. Now imagine the same night, same bed, same partner, but this time, when that intensity builds, something different happens. Instead of your body taking off like a sports car with broken brakes, you slide into a simple breathing ritual. Your chest settles. Your muscles stop clenching. You ride the wave instead of getting thrown off it. And 5, 10, maybe even 15 minutes later, you are still there, present in control, not in a panic. That is what this video is about. Not a magic pill. Not some painful device. Just a doctor's breathing ritual you can use to help your body last up to 2x longer in bed, especially if you are a man over 50. Most men think lasting longer is about being stronger down there, but a big part of the problem is actually happening up here in your nervous system and your breathing. When you get turned on, your body flicks on what is called the fight or flight response. Heart rate climbs. Breathing turns fast and shallow. Muscles tense like you are about to sprint for your life. That same survival mode is fantastic if a dog is chasing you. In the bedroom, it is like slamming your foot on the gas and cutting the brake line at the same time. Research shows fast, shallow breathing goes hand in hand with anxiety and faster climax, while slow, deep breathing activates the opposite system, the one that calms you down and gives you control. Think of it as switching from emergency mode to captain's chair. On top of that, the muscles in your pelvic floor, the ones that control blood flow and ejaculation, often get tight and uncoordinated as you age. Tight does not equal strong. Tight and confused muscles plus panicky breathing is the perfect recipe for finishing before you are ready. The good news: both your breathing and your pelvic floor can be trained, and when you train them together, studies show you can significantly increase how long you last. Until recently, most treatment plans for finishing too fast focused on numbing creams, distraction tricks, or just think of something else. Then, a group of researchers did something smarter. They took a standard program behavioral techniques plus pelvic floor training and added diaphragmatic breathing on top. Men in this breathing group did not just improve. They improved more than the guys who only did the standard routine, and the benefits on timing and control were still there a year later. Another popular summary of this approach described it like this: men practicing deep belly breathing with pelvic work went from lasting seconds to lasting several minutes, a multi-fold increase over about 8 weeks. Here is why that matters to you. If you can change your breathing, you can change the tone of your nervous system. If you can change the tone of your nervous system, you can change how quickly your body races toward the finish line. You are not doomed to be a 2-minute man forever. You are just driving your car in the wrong gear. Now let us get into the actual ritual. This ritual has 3 layers. First, train your breath outside the bedroom so it becomes automatic. Second, link breathing to your pelvic floor so your valve listens to your brake. Third, use the ritual at the edge, the exact moment you usually lose control. We will walk through each layer step by step. Remember, this is not about holding your breath or tensing your whole body. It is the opposite. You are learning to exhale your way into control. Step 1. Learn the calm driver breath. First, you need one simple breath pattern your body recognizes as calm, safe, under control. Here is the version to start with. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds. Let your belly rise first, then your chest. Exhale gently through your mouth for 6 seconds like you are fogging up a window, not blowing out birthday candles. So in your head, you count. In 2, 3, 4 out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This style of slow exhale breathing has been shown to increase your nervous system's brake activity, lower stress, and improve emotional control in just a few minutes of practice. Think of it as turning the engine from a screaming high RPM down to a quiet, powerful low RPM. Same car, different control. How to practice off the bed. Twice a day do this. Lie on your back or sit comfortably. Put one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. Breathe with the 4 inches, 6 out pattern for 10 to 15 breaths. You want the belly hand to move more than the chest hand. That is diaphragmatic belly breathing. If you feel lightheaded, shorten the exhale for a few breaths and then build back up. This should feel calming, not like a struggle. Do this in the morning and at night. You are training your body to treat this breath as a safe zone you can slide into any time, especially later during sex. Step 2, add the hidden muscle pelvic floor sync. Once the breath feels natural, you are going to connect it to the deep muscles that help control ejaculation. These are your pelvic floor muscles, the ones you would use to stop your urine midstream or to pull your anus inwards slightly. Here is the simple sync pattern. As you inhale for 4 seconds, relax your belly, hips, and groin. Let everything soften. As you exhale for 6 seconds, gently squeeze the pelvic floor for the first 2 to 3 seconds, then fully relax it before the exhale ends, so it looks like this inside your body. In 2, 3, 4, relax. Out 2, gentle squeeze, 3, 4, release, 5, 6. Research and expert reviews show that pelvic floor training improves erection quality and ejaculation control, and that coordinating it with deep breathing makes relaxation and blood flow better. You are teaching your body when we breathe like this, we do not panic, we stay present. We tap the brakes instead of slamming into the wall. Practice this synced breathing for 5 to 10 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week. You can do it lying in bed, sitting at your desk, even in the car at a red light. No one can see what you are doing. The edge test without pressure. Before you ever use this ritual during real sex, test it alone without pressure. Here is a simple drill. In private, bring yourself to a mild arousal level around a 5 out of 10. Pause. Switch on the breathing ritual for 5 to 10 breaths, 4 inches, 6 out, gentle pelvic squeeze, and release on the exhale. Notice how the intensity shifts. You are not trying to kill desire. You are practicing how to hold desire without being dragged by it. Some men use a slightly different pattern, like 4, 4, 6, or 4, 7, 8 breathing. Patterns with a longer exhale are especially good at calming the body in high arousal moments. Choose the one that feels natural and repeatable for you. Once you can reliably feel that drop in intensity when you start the ritual alone, you are ready to bring it into the bedroom. Step 3, use the ritual at the edge. Now for the part you really care about: what to do when you are actually with a partner and you feel that I am about to go wave. Here is the doctor's technique in the moment. Notice the first edge signal. That rising pressure, that if I keep going like this, I am done in 10 seconds feeling. Catch it early, do not wait until you are already over the cliff. Reduce intensity by 20 to 30%, not 100%. Slow your movements a bit. Make them shallower or change the angle. You are turning the volume from 10 down to 7, not hitting mute. Switch on the breath. In your head, silently count the 4 inches, 6 out rhythm. Let your belly rise on the inhale, then exhale long and slow. Tap the pelvic brake. On each exhale, gently squeeze and release the pelvic floor as you practiced. No one outside your skin needs to know what you are doing. To your partner, it just looks like you are staying present instead of rushing. Ride 5 to 10 breaths. Stay connected, keep touching, maybe even focus more on her pleasure during this pause. You will often feel the urge drop from about to explode down to strong but manageable. That is your window. From there, you can choose to build up again or stay in that slower groove. Over time, as your skill grows, that drop in urgency gets faster and more reliable. How 2x longer actually happens. Let us be realistic. If you currently last 30 seconds, you will not suddenly turn into a 30-minute legend overnight. But doubling your time is a very reachable target. In that deep breathing trial, men who added diaphragmatic breathing to their training significantly extended their time inside their partner after 8 weeks, with benefits still there at 1 year. Another breakdown of similar data describes improvements by several times compared to starting point when breathing pelvic exercises and behavior were combined. In real life, that might look like going from 30 to 60 seconds to a few minutes, or from 2 to 3 minutes to more like 6 to 8 minutes. For your partner and for your confidence, that change is huge. And it is built on something very simple. You stopped breathing like a man being chased and started breathing like a man in control. A simple weekly plan for men over 50. Here is a no-nonsense plan you can follow without overthinking it. Every day, 5 to 10 minutes of 4 inches, 6 out belly breathing morning or night. Let your belly move more than your chest. 3 to 4 times per week, add pelvic floor, sink gentle squeeze, and release on the exhale. 5 to 10 minutes sitting or lying down. 2 to 3 times per week solo practice. Bring yourself to 5 to 6 out of 10 arousal. Use the ritual to step back from the edge, then continue. Aim for 2 or 3 waves each session. During real sex, the moment you feel that first edge, reduce intensity slightly. Switch on the ritual for several breaths. Focus on staying mentally with your partner, not drifting into panic. Give this at least 6 to 8 weeks. That is the time frame where breathing plus pelvic work has been shown to turn poor control into much better control for many men. How to talk about it without killing the mood. You do not have to announce, "I am doing my doctor's breathing ritual now." You can simply say before things get intense, "I have been learning how to control my breathing so I can enjoy this longer with you. If I slow down or pause for a second, that is why I want this to last." Most partners are not upset when you try to last longer for them. They feel chosen. During the ritual, keep some form of connection. Touch, eye contact, a kiss, a joke. It does not have to feel clinical. It can feel like you are being even more attentive. When you last longer, let the experience speak for itself. Her relaxation, her sound, her smile afterward, that is your best feedback loop. Important safety notes. Breathing rituals are generally safe, but there are a few things to keep in mind. If you have serious heart or lung problems, talk with a doctor before doing extended breathing exercises. If you feel dizzy or faint, shorten the exhale and rest. If your erection or climax suddenly changes for no obvious reason, or you have pain, blood, or major performance shifts, get evaluated, because sometimes these are early signs of other health issues. Also, if your difficulties are tied to deep trauma, relationship issues, or severe anxiety, combining this technique with counseling or sex therapy can be far more effective than using breathing alone. Warm close. You are not broken, you are trainable. Here is what you need to hear. Finishing faster than you want does not make you less of a man. It means your very human nervous system is running too hot on autopilot. You now have a way to cool it down. Breath by breath, night by night. You do not have to do everything perfectly. You just have to be the man who chooses to practice instead of the man who quietly gives up. For the next 30 days, give this ritual a real shot. 5 to 10 minutes of breathing a day. A few rounds of pelvic sink. And the courage to use it the next time you are close to the edge. Your body is still capable of better control. It just needs you to take your foot off the panic pedal and put your hands back on the wheel. It just needs you to take your foot off the panic pedal and put your hands back on the wheel.